David Goggins is an author, a speaker, a retired Navy SEAL, and one of the greatest endurance athletes in the world that Runner's World called a hero of running. He went from growing up in an abusive household and struggled with asthma, obesity, and racism, to becoming a Navy SEAL, the world record holder for the most pull-ups in a 24-hour period, and one of the highest paid motivational speakers on the planet. And today, we're gonna learn his best advice on how to put yourself first. Rise and shine, it's Espresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and every morning I bring you a shot of Espresso to help you believe in yourself and start your day off with confidence. So good morning, I believe in you, and let's do this. David Goggins, tell us how to put ourselves first.
I mean, $1,000 a month, 300 pounds, I can't do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
These people are better than me.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, that's the first big problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
First big problem is that you have put a lot of people above you.
Yeah.
Put no one above you.
Yeah.
No one. But if you believe in something.
Say that again, because that's, but the man, the people that make more money, the people that are better looking, the ones that are on social media, and they're so good at this.
I put God above me. Besides that, there's no one better than me.
Got it.
You have to become an equal.
Yeah.
So this is how I look at it. If you're playing, and I talked about it at your conference, if you're playing Roger Federer,
Yeah.
okay, before you get on the court with Roger Federer, he's the best of all time.
Yeah.
But you're also a professional tennis player, man.
Yep.
You're forgetting your own resume.
Yep.
So once you get on the court, let's say it's a grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 sets, hopefully, if you can go the distance with this guy.
Yep.
But before you even bounce the ball to serve it, you're down 2 sets. Because while you look across and you're playing Roger Federer.
Yeah.
But guess what? You hit a good shot on Roger Federer in the 3rd set. And you realize, I can play with this. But it's too late.
Yeah.
You gave up 2 sets before you got on the court. You got to stop giving up 2 sets before the game begins. And we do that already. We give up 2 sets before the game begins.
Reminding yourself every day of how amazing you are, I think is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. And it's not about ego, it's about confidence. Confidence comes from a place of strength. Ego comes from a place of weakness and insecurity. So it's time to step into your confidence and remind yourself of how amazing you really are. This video is gonna help. So I used to have a lot of problems with ego versus confidence. I used to feel like, who am I? Why do people need to hear my story? I was profiling all these different successful entrepreneurs, and people kept asking, well, where are you? How come we can't see what you're about? Where did you come from? And I always felt like my story doesn't matter. I'm profiling David Goggins and Steve Jobs and all these people. Why do you care about? I mean, sure, I sold my first business, had an exit, but it's nothing compared to what all these other people have done. And I always shrouded it, covered it under ego. Like, well, that's such an egotistical thing to do. But really, I was just playing small. I was cheating people the opportunity to learn, to get better, to grow from my story. That my story has value. It's the belief that my story had value that took some time to really work up. Even making videos on my channel, the #1 most requested person for top 10 was me. And I resisted for maybe 2 years of even making an Evan Carmichael top 10 because I just felt not good enough. I felt like that's such an ego play and not coming from a place of confidence. And yes, my message has impact, has meaning, can help the world. And the first Evan Carmichael top 10 came out from my team. So on my birthday, I think it was my birthday or Christmas, my team put together with the support of my hardcore fans, my first top 10.
No, not yet, Evan.
Videos?
You gonna watch it?
I'm a little scared. And that's the one that went live on the channel. And ever since then, we've done a regular series of me being on the channel. But it's been a real progress for me. It's been a real evolution. It's taken me a long time, and hopefully you can get there faster. This has been almost 20 years of me sharing ideas and content and slowly stepping into the light and slowly building more confidence and more belief. And I hope that with the content I'm making and the experiences I'm sharing, you can get there a lot faster. Now I've got a 3-step process that I've gone through that can shortcut that path to confidence for you. But before that, if you want more self-love and motivation, I put together a 254 series where every day for the next 254 days, I email you an awesome unlisted video that's free that will slowly shift your perspective. The links to join are in the description below.
Everything I didn't want to do is what got me to where I'm at today. You can outwork anybody. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms.
Okay, so my 3-step process, how do you go from worrying about being seen as too egotistical to actually having real, genuine confidence? Here we go. Step number 1 is play bigger triggers. Play bigger triggers are things that you create in your environment that remind you of who you want to be, of the best version of you. And so I've changed my camera angle around for this week of filming. Hopefully you guys like it. You can see my environment. You can see more of it now. And so I've got play bigger triggers. I walk in and I see Steve Jobs and A.P. Giannini, my favorite entrepreneur of all time, my parents, Howard Schultz, Kanye West. Even Kanye West is somebody who I hated at the beginning because he seemed way too egotistical for me, but he says some things that make sense, that make me better. He's got a picture of himself when you walk into his house. He's got this giant picture of himself, which feels very egotistical, but how he explains it is like, if you're not your own biggest fan first, nobody else is gonna be your fan, right? So I love it. I've got Kanye on the wall. I have my YouTube plaques there. I've got a mannequin wearing the Believe hoodie because I feel like a superhero putting this on, right? The clothes you wear are play bigger triggers. The books here, you know, the YouTube awards, the Doritos bag, even this, right? Like I wore this for 60 days when I broke my neck and I was gonna throw it away. And my friend Mark Drager, fan of the channel, said keep it. Like, why would I keep it? It's this nasty duct tape, you know, neck guard, I don't know what it was. Anyway, to keep my neck in place. So it's a reminder. And when I look at it now, when I walk into the office, I feel awesome. Like I did that. I did 60 days in this. And I took it off for 10 minutes every day and I continued on my tour. I didn't go home and I kept making videos with a concussion, a broken neck, and 4 was at the front of every seminar that I was putting on. It sometimes feels hard to remember that I did that. Just now being back home and making my content and back on schedule, it's hard to remember that I'm this guy. I did this. And so what are the play bigger triggers for you? From the clothes you wear, from the what's on your desktop background and your cell phone background and the pictures on the wall and the things that you see every day, because you might have one day being inspired and motivated. Maybe after watching this video, you're ready to go. Awesome. But what do you have on a daily? And the beautiful thing about creating an environment like this and having play bigger triggers around you is you only set it up once. You set it up once, and every day I'm working here, my computer's right here. Every day I got Steve Jobs staring me down and, you know, A.P. Giannini and my parents. And this reminds me every day of the best of who I am. And so same thing for you. What's one immediate change that you can make to your environment that's a play bigger trigger to remind you of the best of who you are? Because the goal doesn't be the next Steve Jobs or the next Kanye West or the next David Goggins. It's to take those pieces to remind you to be the best of you. Step number 2 is act on your uncomfortable ideas. We get great ideas as entrepreneurs. We get great ideas, and especially in moments of boldness and confidence and courage, you get great ideas. It could be when you're in the shower, on an airplane, or traveling. You get great ideas for what you want to do, and then tomorrow you tell yourself, "Oh, I can't do that. That's crazy. That's too hard. That's scary. That's uncomfortable." Teach yourself to act on your crazy ideas is how you start to build confidence. Because if you come up against a crazy idea and then you allow yourself to say, "Well, that's too scary. That's too hard. That's too difficult. I can't do that," what you've taught yourself is you don't have courage. You've taught yourself to come up with ideas, but then not trust in yourself. And so when you come up with the next idea, you're telling yourself, "I don't trust myself." When you set a goal for yourself to hit some big goal, you don't believe yourself anymore, because all you've done is taught yourself that you set goals, you have ideas, and you never follow through. You've built this identity of, "I'm somebody who doesn't follow through." That's what you need to start to destroy. That's what you need to destroy and squash out of your life, that identity of, "I don't follow through." Your ideas are genius. Your ideas are amazing. This is why play bigger triggers will help. You get an idea in your awesome environment, act on it, do something, lean into the uncomfortable, lean into the things that cause a little bit of your heart to beat and cause some anxiety. That's how you start to make the shift. And step number 3 is then celebrate your effort. Celebrate your effort not the results. Celebrate the effort that you tried, that you worked your hardest, that you did the uncomfortable thing, whether it worked out or not. That you came up with an idea to email somebody who could be a potential dream client for you. Maybe they didn't write back. Maybe they did write back and they told you suck and I hate you, I never want to work with you. It's the willingness to go and do the uncomfortable thing. The fact that you did it, that you tried. Because that's the only thing that's separating you from the David Goggins, from the person that you want to be. If you look at David Goggins' story and being 300 pounds and overweight and couldn't do anything, it's the will to get up and do it every day. And on a day-by-day basis, there's not a lot of growth. If you've never done something, and now it's your first day doing it, if you never made a video before and it's your first day doing it, guess what? The video's gonna suck. You're supposed to suck at the start. That's okay, that's normal. But people judge themselves for sucking at the beginning. People judge themselves for not getting the result right at the beginning. That's the mistake. You celebrate the effort. David Goggins was 300 pounds overweight and now is one of the best ultra marathon runners in the world. How does that happen? Well, it didn't happen on his first run. And if he did his first run and then said, well, I suck, I'm not gonna keep going, then guess what? He never becomes that ultra marathon runner. Same thing for you. Same thing for me. Go back and look at my YouTube channel. I'm 6,000 videos in. Is that 6,000? Some crazy number of videos in on my channel. Go back and watch the first ones. I sucked compared to where I'm at now. And even right now, I suck compared to where I'm gonna be in 10 years if I keep doing this. Right? It's been 11 years on the channel. If I do it for another 11 years, I'm gonna be even better in 11 years than where I am right now. That's called progress. That's normal. And so tying your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-confidence to the willingness to go off and do it, whether you get the result or not, because if every day you get up and you start working that hard and you're insanely proud of your effort, you are going to get the results. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know what is one change you're gonna make in your environment? What's the one play bigger trigger that you're gonna add in today to start to make a difference? And if you made it this far in a video, you're still watching, and you promise, you commit that you're gonna do something to take action on what you watched here today. You don't just watch videos, you take action in your life. Give me a hashtag believe down in the comments below. I wanna celebrate you.
I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge, right? But you always wanna outwork your potential. You know, as hard as you believe you can work harder than that. And that's what I tried to do when I first came in the league. But you know, basketball is such a direct competition sport that me coming in at 17, I hated when like my teammates would say, you know, I get hit with an elbow, right? Shaq would hit me with an elbow in practice, and like, you know, Nick Van Exel would come up and say, "Are you okay?" I'm like, what? Are you okay? What the hell's wrong with you? You know, so like I always had that extra chip on my shoulder. So like every day in practice for me was really trying to annihilate everybody that I was playing against. Because I wanted to prove you don't need to babysit me. Like I'm fine, you know? And so it's always that competitive nature, the work ethic, and curiosity. Because I asked a lot of questions. You know, playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, who was great at chasing guards off the screens, and I didn't understand how to do that. I would sit with him before practice, after practice. Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, Kareem Abdul, all the Laker greats. I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? Why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow to me. So like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean? And so I would always ask questions and try to learn as much as I could.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.